Michael Joseph Jackson, often called the King of Pop, was one of the most influential entertainers in the history of music. His life was a combination of extraordinary talent, worldwide fame, personal struggles, and lasting legacy. From a child prodigy in a family group to one of the most recognized figures in the world, Jackson's journey is one of triumph, controversy, and enduring cultural impact.
Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, USA, the eighth of 10 children to Joseph and Katherine Jackson. The Jackson family lived modestly, and their father Joe, a crane operator, also managed the family's budding musical talent. He was known for being strict, sometimes harsh, in raising his children. Michael, along with his brothers Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon, formed the Jackson 5 in the mid-1960s. From the very beginning, Michael stood out for his powerful voice, charisma, and remarkable dance skills, even as a young boy.
The Jackson 5, signed with Motown Records in 1968, their first single, I Want You Back, released in 1969, went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Following that, hits like ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There, quickly established them as pop sensations. Michael was the undeniable star of the group, his youthful energy and unique stage presence captivating audiences worldwide. While still a teenager, he had already become one of the most famous young performers in the world.
Michael began pursuing a solo career while still performing with the Jackson 5. His early solo albums in the 1970s, such as Got to Be There 1972 and Ben 1972, showed promise. However, it wasn't until his collaboration with producer Quincy Jones that his career truly skyrocketed. In 1979, Jackson released Off the Wall, a critically acclaimed album blending pop, disco, funk, and soul. Songs like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You became major hits, and the album sold over 20 million copies worldwide. This album marked Michael's transition from child star to adult superstar.
In 1982, Jackson released Thriller, which would become the best-selling album of all time with over 70 million copies sold globally. The album included hits like Billie Jean, Beat It, and the legendary title track Thriller. The album's success was amplified by Jackson's groundbreaking music videos, which transformed the medium into an art form. The Thriller video, directed by John Landis, was revolutionary with its cinematic storytelling and choreography. Michael also introduced his signature dance move, the moonwalk, during a performance of Billie Jean in 1983, cementing his reputation as one of the greatest performers in history. Michael Jackson's impact during this time went far beyond music. He broke racial barriers on MTV, becoming the first black artist to receive regular airplay on the channel. His influence reshaped pop culture, fashion, and performance art. Jackson's follow-up albums further solidified his dominance. Bad 1987, featuring hits like Smooth Criminal, Man in the Mirror, and Dirty Diana, the album produced 5 Billboard #1 singles. His Bad World Tour became the largest grossing tour of the decade. Dangerous 1991, this album included Black or White, Remember the Time, and Heal the World. It combined pop with New Jack Swing and showed Jackson's commitment to humanitarian themes. History, Past, Present, and Future, Book 1 1995, a double album that contained his greatest hits and new tracks like You Are Not Alone and They Don't Care About Us. Jackson became one of the most awarded artists in history, winning 13 Grammy Awards, hundreds of other awards, and setting countless records.
Beyond music, Michael Jackson dedicated much of his life to humanitarian causes. He supported over 30 charities, donated millions of dollars, and raised awareness about issues like HIV/AIDS, world hunger, and children's welfare. His songs We Are the World, co-written with Lionel Richie, and Heal the World reflected his concern for global unity and healing.
Michael's personal life was often overshadowed by controversy and intense media scrutiny. Neverland Ranch, he built his famous home, Neverland, complete with amusement park rides and a zoo. It became symbolic of his desire to hold on to childhood innocence. Appearance changes over the years. His physical appearance changed significantly. He admitted to having had plastic surgery, but denied some of the wilder rumors. He also suffered from vitiligo, a skin condition that causes loss of pigment. Relationships: Michael was briefly married to Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis Presley, and later to Debbie Rowe, with whom he had 2 children, Prince and Paris Jackson. He also had a 3rd child, Prince Michael II, nicknamed Blanket, later known as BG. Allegations and legal battles: Jackson faced accusations of child sexual abuse in the 1990s and 2000s. In 1993, he reached a financial settlement in one case, and in 2005 he was tried and acquitted of all charges. Despite his acquittal, these allegations deeply affected his reputation and personal life.
In the 2000s, Jackson's career slowed, though he continued to be a major public figure. In 2009, he announced his "This Is It" concert series in London, which was intended to be a massive comeback. Rehearsals for the show were underway when tragedy struck. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson died at the age of 50 from acute propofol intoxication at his home in Los Angeles. His personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, was later found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for administering the drugs that led to Jackson's death. His death shocked the world, sparking an outpouring of grief from millions of fans. Memorial services were broadcast globally, and his music sales surged once again.
Michael Jackson's influence on music, dance, fashion, and pop culture is immeasurable. He inspired generations of artists, including Usher, Beyoncé, Justin Timberlake, Chris Brown, and countless others. His ability to merge music with powerful visuals redefined the entertainment industry. Despite the controversies, Jackson's artistry continues to be celebrated. His songs remain timeless, his dance moves iconic, and his humanitarian messages relevant. He is remembered not only as the king of pop but as a symbol of creativity, innovation, and cultural unity.
The life of Michael Jackson was extraordinary, filled with both triumphs and challenges. He rose from humble beginnings to become the most famous entertainer in the world, leaving behind a body of work that transcends generations. While his personal struggles remain part of his story, his music and influence endure as proof of his unparalleled talent. Michael Jackson lived a life that was as complex as it was groundbreaking, a life that will forever remain etched in the history of music and popular culture.